So, what are some tips to interrupt some off topic conversations that may be happening in order to get the meeting back on track to the actual conversation at hand? But how do you do so without being rude?
I'm so glad we're starting with this question, just diving right in, because as you mentioned, this is one of the most common questions we get. It's one of the most relatable challenges, I think, for everyone. And so there's a few different things I want to talk about. First, I'm always talking about sort of the inner work and the outer work of leadership and facilitation. And I think we have to always keep in mind the inner work, just like you said, Jake, it was so great. You were like, I hope I do a good job, and you'll do a great job. I think it always starts with that self-management of, I hope I can do this. I hope I can guide this group. And so whenever someone says something that we feel might be off topic, we're only usually rude if we're like triggered and worried. So the first thing we need to do is recognize that ideally everyone that's in your meeting is there for a reason. And we don't want to shut them down. We want to enable people to contribute. So we have to kind of bracket that, like, why did they say that? Are they trying to get us off topic? We can't go there. Um, and just instead get a little bit curious, like, okay, I wonder what it is that they're bringing. I wonder how I can include what this person is bringing and still move the conversation along. So that inner work is super important to be able to meet whatever comes to you in a way that is kind of grounded. Then we get to the outer work. This is like the
Mhm.
actual skills, the facilitative behaviors that we apply to keep a group moving in the same direction together. And we talk a lot about preventions and interventions. These are things that you can use at any time to, gather the kiddies together and be like, all right, here we go. Let's go in the same direction. So one of the best preventions that you can give yourself and the group as a gift to your future self is a good desired outcome. That is having a clear idea of what is the work that we're doing today. What do we want to walk away from this meeting with? So that when someone says something that you feel is off topic, you can say, thanks. I appreciate you bringing that. May I remind us all that what we want to walk out of this meeting is this. And I think that might get us a little off into the weeds. Can we get back to the work at hand? If that doesn't work and they're adamant, like, no, I think this really does connect, then we can get curious. We can use some listening skills and try to understand, okay, what is it about what you're bringing that's important? And when we can use those listening skills, usually two things happen. Either we get clear that, oh, they have brought something of value and now we see how it's connected, or they get clear that they've actually brought something a little bit off topic. Um, and then the last, like, if none of that works and they just keep driving it home and it doesn't seem connected, one of the best tools that we have for this is accept, legitimize, deal with, or defer. And this is a tool that really works to acknowledge the contribution of the person, and then you decide, are we going to deal with this now? Is this something the group has to talk about, or are we going to move forward? So someone brings something that seems off topic and you legitimize what they've said. You say, thank you for that contribution. I can see how that's connected to the work that you do. And then if you're going to defer it, you say something like, let's capture that in the group memory, and you and I can talk about that another time, because I think we want to really move forward with this. Or you decide to deal with it and say, maybe we take 5 minutes to talk about this.